Hey guys, Hiking Paul here, and today we'll be doing a hike from Merici to Bishan. So let's hiking go. This is one of my go-to hiking spots since it's relatively near to my place, and it's a great way to get in touch with nature since it's mostly nature trails. As you can see, we started from the amenity center and now we have reached the iconic zigzag walk and with a nice view of the reservoir. So it was a really nice morning when I was there. So yeah, a great way to start the day. So one thing to note is that there are no toilets in the first half of this hike. So I would recommend that you relieve yourself at the amenities center before you start this hike. From here, we'll be heading on to Lornie Trail, and it will be mostly nature trails until we reach Bisham Park. So I usually like to do my hikes on weekdays since there's not a lot of people and it's a bit more quiet and peaceful, as you can see in this video. Yeah, and I really like to let my mind wander and relax to the sounds of nature when I do this hike. Since yeah, it's also really easily navigable. Navigable? That's a bit wrong, but easy to navigate since uh, it's only one way, right? So uh, yeah. So it rained the previous day, so some parts was still pretty wet and muddy when I was there, but well, it's pretty normal when you're doing a nature hike. So just have a good pair of shoes and you'll be good. By the way, I'm not sure about you, but for me, I really like the sound of gravel crunching under my shoes, which is why this is one of my favorite hikes. Yeah, I guess you can call it like gravel crunching ASMR, right? So there are two branching routes for this part of the hike. Um, and I usually would like to go into the one that leads into the forest, but you can do either one and it will lead you to the same area in the end. So, yeah, no worries there. So, since this is my first video on this channel, I just kind of want to introduce myself and tell you guys what this channel will be about. So the name Hiking Po comes from obviously hiking and my surname, which is Po. You know, it's kind of funny, which kind of speaks to my personality, which which is like more light-hearted and just like easygoing. So I really love hiking, and I've done hikes here in Singapore and overseas. So I started around 3 years ago, back when I was like in my mid 30s, since I kind of want to um, keep in shape as well as just get myself closer to nature. So the purpose of this channel is to introduce the various hikes that you can do here in Singapore, as well as some of the hikes that I'll be doing overseas. Yeah, so even though there really isn't a lot of dedicated hiking trails in Singapore, but you can kind of mix and match to come up with like different routes, different variations. So yeah, um, that's what I'm trying to introduce here in this channel. So you can kind of follow me through the different routes that I take. And so along the way, I also try to give you tips and some helpful advice for each hike. Um, so yeah, please appreciate your support, and I hope to um, continue making more videos from here. Yep, so we have come to one of the checkpoints, which is the Green Hut. And from here, we're moving on to the boardwalk. Yep. This hike, as I mentioned earlier, it's really quite straightforward, and you don't really, there isn't much navigation that you need to do, and there are a lot of different signs to guide you along the way. So if you are like me, who likes to just uh, um, just hike in peace and quiet, then I wouldn't really recommend doing this hike on weekdays, because Merici is a really popular spot for both runners and hikers. So you can get really busy, and you'll be spending your time trying to dodge other people, and yeah, it might not be that relaxing of an experience for you. So just now we passed the Jelu- Jelutong, I guess that's how you call it, the Jelutong Tower, which is the observation tower. So it's another one of the checkpoints, and from here we'll be moving on to Simei Track, and yeah, it's kind of rocky here, so you have to be sure to watch your step to so as not to trip and fall. Yeah, as you can see, the ground is a mixture of rocks, gravel, and bricks actually. So yeah, it can get a bit dangerous. So yeah, so just be careful when you're going through this section. So we have finally come to the rest stop, and here you can take a rest and use the toilet before moving on to the next part of this hike. So here I had an pretty interesting encounter with some wild balls, and yeah, I couldn't manage to get it on a video, unfortunately. But when I was going up these stairs, there were like two wild balls just feeding beside me, and yeah, I didn't want to disturb them, so I just went past really quickly. Yep. It's not uncommon to encounter wild boars um, while on your hikes, especially when you're doing like nature trails such as Merici. And here, do you spot it? Yeah, I actually saw a wild boar just right in front of me, but it ran off as soon as it noticed me. So yeah, the thing about wild boars is that if you just kind of leave them alone and go on your way, they won't, usually they won't try to, you know, attack you. But yeah, so just play cool and try not to disturb them as much as possible. So now we are in Windsor Nature Park and walking through the Venus Loop, which is just a short loop that you know that goes into the forest. And yeah, it's not as popular as Merici, so you usually won't find a lot of people even on weekends. So once we are out of Venus Loop, that's the end of the nature part of this hike. And from here, it'll be all pavement, um, and we'll be heading towards Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park, which is the last part of this hike. Yeah, I got into a bit of a staring contest with this monitor lizard. Yeah, and I didn't want to disturb it, so in the end, I went the opposite way. I went across the road to on my way to Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park. Yep, so we have arrived at Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park, and from here we'll be heading to our um, endpoint, which is Bishan MRT. Yeah, so what I like about this hike is that the first part is can be a bit challenging with uneven terrain and stuff, but once you finish that part, you can kind of cool down since you'll be mostly walking on pavement. So that's the end of this hike, and if you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you and have a nice day.